Alright guys, what is up? It's your boy Beast here. Welcome back to some more Pokemon Black and White 2 Wi-Fi battle stuff. This match right here is another match here against a guy by the name of Godzilla5489. Now, this is another Black and White 2 OU battle right here, and I'm using the same team as I used in the last battle because this team right here has been doing a really good job for me lately, and it's a lot of fun to use as well, so that's why I decided to do that, and it can work out great against other teams as well. So, I'm using my Rotom-W, my Scizor, or my Hydreigon as it's called in English, my Breloom, my Heatran, Scizor, and Metagross. Now this guy is using a Heatran and a Scizor of his own, so we're using two of the same pokes, and he's also got a Dragonite, a Lucario, a Milotic, and a Yanmega. Now, the main threat that I see on his team is his Dragonite, because first of all, that thing could set up easily, and then just be able to just wreck my entire team, and I gotta be really careful because that thing can be really dangerous with a couple of Dragonites up. So what he's gonna do, he's gonna lead off with his Heatran, as I'm gonna lead off with my Rotom-W. Now this thing does not really have that many great moves against a Rotom-W, so I figured he's probably gonna switch out of there, and I go for the Volt Switch of my own, and then I get the switch advantage, so that is really great. I do get a critical hit on his Dragonite, but I really can't tell if this guy has the multi-scale or not. He could have it, but I'm really not too sure how critical hits work with multi-scale, but I'm gonna have to look that up sometime later. But now he's gonna go for the Earthquake. I figured I'm gonna take that easily because Metagross has really great bulk. Despite being weak to ground, it's still not gonna do even more than half, and Dragonite has a great attack stat as well. So I figured I'm gonna trick him the Iron Ball and make him very slow, so even a Dragon Dance won't really be too beneficial because he's still gonna be very slow, and I could outspeed him with this Hydreigon right here and still be able to take him out of there with a Draco Meteor. So I go for the Draco Meteor this turn. It does a lot to his Scizor, considering that his Scizor does have a pretty decent bulk, and it's also weak against Dragon, so, or not weak, it's resistant again. It's dragon resistant. God. Okay, I'm sorry. I kind of messed up right there. But I go for the Fire Blast, and of course I miss, and he's able to get off your roof. So I'm like, damn it, that's not good at all. So I pretty much revealed that I'm not Choice Scarfed or Choice Specs in any way, and I'm Expert Belted, and it can work out really great from time to time. But now he knows that, so he's gonna switch out of there as I set on my Rotom-W. I go for the Volt Switch. It's gotta do a decent chunk against his Milotic, and now I'm going to set on my Metagross because I actually do have two Pokemon on my team that has Stealth Rocks, because I know that might sound a little bit weird, but it just makes my team a little bit more versatile, so I have a much bigger chance of actually setting up Stealth Rocks during that game, and it actually tends to work out quite nice. So he actually Dragon Tails my Metagross out into my Breloom, and then I just go for the Spore against his Yanmega, which is perfect because Yanmega is pretty much the only thing he's got on his team that could, handle my Breloom properly. And right here it makes kind of a weird play because I know Breloom is a huge threat against his team, and he stays in and just lets this thing die, which is a little bit weird, but okay, I guess that's him, and he makes his own plays. So I'm just gonna go for the Hidden Power Ice because I'm really afraid of him setting in his own Heatran and just absorbing my Fire Blast, because he still has that thing alive, so I'm not gonna really risk it at all. But I was like, okay, maybe he's gonna wake up the next turn, and I'm gonna just go ahead and set on my Metagross just to take potential Air Slash that could break my balloon, and I want to keep that balloon for his Dragonite because I know his Dragonite does have the Earthquake, and my Heatran does have the Hidden Power Ice, and if he cannot go for the Earthquake on my Heatran, then he's pretty much fucked. So what I'm gonna do right here is I'm just gonna go for the Bullet Punch on his Lucario. I figured he's not gonna want to set up because I could have the potential Earthquake, which could be able to take him out of there if he decides to set up like a Nasty Plot or a Swords Dance. So I figured he would probably not do that, and that's exactly what he does. He's just gonna go for the Vacuum Wave of taking me out of there. So, or not the Vacuum Wave, but the Aura Sphere. Never mind. Okay, it's not gonna really matter anyways. I'm gonna go ahead and go for the Mach Punch with my Breloom on his Milotic, and despite being a base 40 move, it still does a lot, and my Breloom is a freaking monster. It's got max attack, it's adamant nature, it's got Life Orb, it's got Technesian, and with the stab, it's gonna do a lot, and the second one will easily finish him off. So I was like, oh my god, this thing is incredible. I mean, it's probably the best priority attacker in the game. I know a lot of people are gonna say Scizor, but you know, Bullet Punch is a steel type move and it doesn't have that great of coverage. But you know, Mach Punch is a fighting type move and it has really great coverage against, you know, steel types. It can really just hurt those steel types a lot. So what I'm gonna do right here is I'm just gonna go for the hidden power on his incoming Heatran. And I'm not quite sure if this thing does have a balloon or not, but yeah, it does have a balloon, and I pop it, and I happen to outspeed it, or if that was a speed tie, I'm not quite sure, but I still do have my balloon, so I would have survived any hit, and you know, I do take him out of there with the earth power, but he's gonna go ahead and send in his Lucario right here. I still want to hold on to my balloons, so I'm just gonna go ahead and send in my Scizor, as he's just gonna go for the vacuum wave. I'm not quite sure why he does that, but okay, that is just him. So I'm just gonna go for the Bullet Punch right here, and I was like, yeah, he's probably just gonna end up taking me out of there with the Aura Sphere, because Aura Sphere is a base 90 move, and I was expecting to die right here, but I live with 30, which is quite weird. And I mean, Scizor does have that decent bulk, but Lucario does have quite good special attack as well, so I was kind of expecting to die right there, but you know, I live with 30, which is alright, I guess, but he just takes me out of there with the vacuum wave, so it's not going to really matter anyways. But he does take himself out with the Life Orb, so I guess that's cool. So I'm going to send in my Heatran because his two last pokes are really easy to handle with Heatran, because I do have the Fire Blast and the Hidden Power Ice, so they're going to be very, very easy to handle. And I happen to actually outspeed this Dragonite right here, because I believe, like, I'm jolly, or not jolly, but timid max speed on this Heatran right here, and I guess this guy doesn't have that many speed EVs on his Dragonite, but he's gonna send on his last, which is his Scizor, and since that thing is ×4 weak to fire, he's easily just gonna die to a Fire Blast. So that was a good game. Godzilla5489 from Smogon. Hope you guys enjoyed this battle. Leave a like rating if it did. Leave a comment if you so wish to, and subscribe if you enjoyed my video. So yeah, once again, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys later. Peace!